Next up, Austin Reaves re-signs with the Los Angeles Lakers, 4 years, $54 million. If I told you that a player was the third best player on a conference finalist team, averaged 17 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds while shooting 46%, 44% from three, and 90% from the foul line, coming off of a regular season where he was pretty good, you definitely think that guy gets, I don't care if he's a restricted free agent, somebody gives him 20 to 25 million, right? I can't figure out why nobody went for this and like why nobody truly decided to like put their money, because there's no max. Like the max is $99 million. It's a 4-year, $99 million deal. It's not like there is a leverage situation where you have to haggle and you have to do this and you have to do that. Like no team came to the table. Like I can tell you, there might have been one team, but like no team like truly came to the table. And I think that like honestly, a lot of that has to do with the Lakers saying they'll match everything. Like they put it out in the public as strongly as humanly possible that, oh, we're going to match everything. We're going to match everything. If I was Austin Reaves, like I'd be like a little bit frustrated with that personally, but I also bet you that like Austin Reaves is ecstatic to be a Laker, and you know, that helps.
It's a good situation to be back in. You're in a place that you're comfortable. You know, you fit alongside the stars. That's a big thing for role players, to know that you fit in the place with the guys who are going to want the basketball the most. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes you see guys who are role guys sign with a team and they don't gel and it impacts their next deal. I'm with you though. Like, and again, this goes back to my little rant at the beginning, and I was kind of joking about how we need dumb front offices again to throw around money. But really, restricted free agency is cooked, and the Players Association has clearly given up on it as a talking point in the CBA thing. It's, you know, they don't care about whether the young guys get the money. It's clearly something they've given up on, and the owners have won. And they get what they want. And like, I don't know what's going on, but like the Nets gave Cam Johnson kind of the deal that he deserved, and kind of good on Brooklyn for doing that. Cause they could have squeezed Cam once they made that deal with Detroit to send Joe Harris out. They could have squeezed him probably down to at least 4 for 100. They could have taken $8 million off of that. They could have squeezed him if they wanted to. They didn't, and got it done. And there's value in keeping the guys happy. And the Lakers, this was the max they could offer, right? Like the max they could physically offer was 454. So they were in a great position. So they can, you know, our hands are tied. You know, this is all we can give you. They could only match something that was more. And so, again, like it's great for the Lakers. They get a crazy value on a guy who, like you said, popped for them in the playoffs last year and was really great and looks like he fits exactly what they need. And yeah, I'm with you. Like if I'm Austin Reaves, I'm pretty frustrated that restricted free agency is in the place that it is. And I think that's just where we are in the NBA. It's been a while since we got that offer sheet that really tempted a team. I mean, even last year, it took a week and a half for DeAndre Ayton to find an offer sheet.
It took a while for that to happen.
And that was like the Pacers being like, well, we got, I don't know, like we got this, like we might as well. It's free agency, restricted free agency is pretty much cooked. And Reaves, I think, was the one who lost out the most, but pretty much now you see guys be fairly realistic and just try to re-sign as quickly as they can, because you don't want to hang out there and wait longer, because you just lose more leverage the longer you stay out there. And again, the Lakers this was an ideal spot to be in. There's no market. There's no money. This is literally the most you can offer him. So you can't even act like you're lowballing him, even though it's a lowball offer for his value.
Right. Someone asked, like, what have the Spurs done? This is the team to me. Like, if I'm the Spurs, I would have like absolutely given him real money.
Again, I think I agree. I'm pretty sure the Spurs' entire goal this offseason was to be the third team in the trade. And I think they're going to be. I think we're going to see
at some point, probably,
the Dame trade or the Harden trade. They are going to be the third team in the trade. And that was their goal, is they wanted to get they're going to take on some fat expiring. They're probably mad they didn't think of the Bertans deal or couldn't make the Bertans deal, because that's the type of trade that they probably would have loved to make. Is, hey, this guy makes $18 million. We'll just absorb him. They want to do that, but I mean, we saw every team do that. Detroit did that. Sacramento, Indiana less so. I mean, Obi Toppin's a real kind of asset for them, but OKC did it. I mean, everybody was just like, let's just eat into our own space. Nobody wanted space this summer, and Austin Reaves is here with as a value contract now because of it, and the Lakers should be very happy.
Yeah, they now have their third best player signed at $12 million a year for the next 3 years. Like,
well, and that's the way you make your third. That's the way you make your third best player your fourth or fifth best player too, right?
Yeah, like Zach Ament just said, he doesn't start over Keldon Johnson, so you're paying Keldon Johnson or Devin Vassell, so you're paying $25 million for a sixth man. He's better than both those guys. Like, he just is. He is better than. I think Devin Vassell is awesome. I think Keldon Johnson's fine. He's better than both of them right now. He truly is. Like, he is a legit ball handler who can dribble, pass, shoot, who made 40% of his threes last year, who can defend at a pretty reasonable level, who is durable, who doesn't give a shit about his role on the team. That guy is super, super valuable. Honestly, like, you could play him at point next to both of those guys, I think, if you want to. The guy he'd start over is Keldon, realistically. Like, him and Devin, I think, are pretty close long term. But, like, Austin Reaves would be their second best player next year. Like, I feel pretty confident about that. I do. And I think he'd be perfect with the Spurs offense. That's the team that I think should have went for it and signed. This is now, to me, 454 for Austin Reaves. Let's call it 340, whatever it is, 342. 340, I think it is. This is now like one of the 5 best contracts in the NBA, I think, for the team. It is.
I mean, and it's the type of deal that the Lakers desperately needed. Like, they've been overpaying guys. They've been overpaying their top guy, or like having so many of their top guys on max deals and trying to build it. Like, they needed some like mid-level deals on their roster. And like, because like for a while it was like basically their only mid-level. It used to be Taylor Horton Tucker was the only guy on the mid-level deal there. Like Kuz, and like now like getting Austin Reaves at that value is really big for them, because like I said, like it's the thing that can allow you to add another guy down the road that can be better than him, because you're not paying him at necessarily his commensurate cost.
Well, and here's the last thing I want to note. I do wonder if we need to get rid of the Arenas rule, just straight up. Like, maybe we make these guys that are, second year undrafted players or second round picks. Like, maybe we say that the team has bird rights on them or something like that. Right. Make these contracts unlike a normal veteran contract, which is the way they're currently treated right now. I think it would be smart to get rid of the Arenas rule, because all it does is it restricts money. Like, if I was on the player side, I would want to get rid of this rule. I think it is a bad rule that does not help.
It doesn't help those guys. But again, part of the problem with the Players Association is everybody has something different that they want.
Yeah.
And the guys who are doing the negotiating don't want that type of guy to get a bigger slice of the pie.
Totally.
Like, it's just straight up. Like, they don't want the young guys to be coming in and making more money, because it takes a new group making more money takes some money away. It's a zero-sum game. So somebody's making less. And so I think that's why we see restricted free agency and the Arenas rule and these sort of things treated the way they are. Is like, that's basically the paying your dues of the Players Association at this point.
Yep.